Alright, folks, welcome back. It is a bit late in the day, or early for some people, I suppose. We are back with patch 3.5, right? Hold. Yes, patch 3.5, which is one of the, kind of half patches, right? And this is with the introduction of the full throttle thing. That means that wait, I forgot, is her name changed to full throttle? I actually didn't even consider that. I guess she's full throttle, or is she still turbo? No, I think her codename is still turbo. Okay, it's just the promo, the name of the thing. So it's introducing Mayumi, right? Mayumi Hashimoto, which was introduced as accomplice, or not accomplice, a synergy, right? A synergy character, and she ended up being the content creator, the influencer girl. She really likes to be a race queen, right? And I leveled up her social link. So she offers bonuses for the crane game, and you have your probably the most modern, Hashimoto chan is probably the most quintessential, like, internet relatable personality. She's 17 years old. She aspires to chase after a dream that is um the interesting thing is her parents actually supports, her parents is actually in the same interest as her. um However, she's female and it goes against the grain on what she's doing, but she's trying to promote it somehow and ended up becoming an influencer. In fact, the last little bit that I encountered was she finally reached 1,000 subscribers, right? I didn't even reach 1,000 subscribers, man. I really like her character. Very enthusiastic, and you're kind of encouraging her. She goes to a different school, though not the same school as you do. They always meet up in the arcade in Akihabara, right? So pretty neat. Obviously encountering the similar problems of finding ideas, starting up a channel, etc. So now she's finally our banner. And the interesting thing, which pretty cool, is that they are this full throttle most wanted thing. If you draw 80 contracts, you get 20 platinum tickets, and then you draw 70, you get 20 milli coins. And guess what? It's been 5 banners, right? I haven't drawn for 5 banners, and I love the coincidences. We're going to be drawing for both of these and going for that 50-50 on the weapon. I'm not sure if I'm desperate enough to, if I lose the 50-50, to draw her weapon. Her weapon is quite essential to her, so we're gonna see if we get lucky. So far, the funny thing about this is, well, we're gonna see how our mechanics work. I'm very familiar with how our mechanics work because we've been waiting for I've been waiting for some time. And before we get to that, Trial of Thorns is back. So there's really not much in the way of content per se. There's still a little bit more, but Trial of Thorns makes a return, which we are familiar with these, and we'll see if there's any changes to them. We're gonna try to do the Asura one, and then I'll be back, I guess, in a week for the Trumpeter, which I think during the I will have to look at the timing. I think these things will complete. Trial of Thorns will complete before Akechi, which I'm seeing if they do anything with him, because he's arguably one of the weaker P5 P5 characters. Anyways, there's a little bit more. There's a campaign now, which I'll show in a bit. But we're gonna do this gotcha. We're hoping that I get lucky. Now, here's the thing. My track record is pretty kind of insane with standard banners. I don't know if it's because they changed the odds for standard banners, but anytime there was a standard banner, I got lucky. The only instances that I've ever gotten lucky on a limited banner is when it is a standard banner character that eventually will become standard. So Phoebe and her weapon were lucky, like semi-lucky. Cherish was super lucky, like super lucky. And then recently when Phoebe was added to the standard banner, so she was 3 months later, right? I drew her 2 times, like within like 3 pulls. So knock on wood, I suppose. I have no idea, but Turbo is a standard banner character. My thought process in this, right? I'm kind of not a luck person, but my thought process is probably there's a different pool or table for standard banners, and that I'm not exactly lucky is just everyone else also have good draw ratings for these. If I get super lucky, I might actually pull for an A1 on Turbo, because A1 gives her it accommodates some speed, her mechanics, which we'll go into in a little bit. So and what else? I wanted to show one other thing. So what else is not on here is the call from the deep. So during this campaign, for the next 4 weeks, they decide to, instead of having 2-week Sea of Soul trials, it's every 1 week, and then they're adding extra rewards for them based on the tiers and whatnot. So that's fine. It runs 26 days, so it's gonna overlap with Akechi and stuff, right? And then this is their full throttle promotion stuff, and it's either or, like, you don't have to use the chance one, you can do the targeted one, despite the targeted one requiring 110 once. So yeah. And what is this? Oh, the compensation for the bug preventing progress, I see. And then who's Leo? Okay. Alright, so here we go. We're gonna give it a shot. It's been a really long time, right? And I want to make it clear that while this is exciting, it's nice to draw the stuff like delay gratification and all that stuff, I think this part of the game obviously is not really what I consider part of the game. But maybe sometimes we can get lucky, and I would accept any form of luck, obviously. In fact, one of the fun challenges of this game is to do this. What I mean is to be limited in its scope. Obviously, there is some part of me that says, oh, I would love to play with all the characters, because the character mechanics are genuinely incredibly fun. It's way more so than a Persona game, largely to the nature of the banner. But obviously, each of the Persona characters in a Persona game, like the mainline game, have multiple mechanics, and they are then divided. The mechanics are distributed among all these banner characters. At least that's my impression. I have yet to start my Persona legacy, so hopefully I get lucky and we can make it a little bit exciting. I do have to emphasize that it's not that exciting for me. I'm not the target audience for these things. I simply want the character in order to use it. In a different world, it would have been more interesting to have a gacha game where you get all the banners, all the base banners, and it is through the spending to incentivize you to get the duplicates, and that spending is the duplicates. But it's not the case here. I actually think you are strapped pretty hard for resources, to the point where some of the characters look great, they're really great. Like the designs are great. Like even the most of the new characters and the old characters look great in the transition. However, it's obviously disappointing that you won't either see them or even use them in any way, largely as a baseline experience. Like to be obviously the way that they're doing it is they do like the temporary trials and get you to sample them and then they'll disappear. Anyways, here we go. I mean, I'm a little nervous, sort of. So we're gonna do A1, and then get her do a draw on her her weapon as well, and try to go for the 50-50. I think the most I would be less quote unquote nervous or something like annoyed if there was some sort of banner, targeted banner for weapons too. Because I'm not the like I really find gambling of any sort very they're just not very rewarding. I would advertise and spend again. I talked about fair pricing. I would easily, personally, favor fair pricing and I would purchase that. I would more likely purchase that in order for me to not ever hit unlucky and then for others to never be lucky, but that also means taking all the people who like to gamble and put in a flat rate. That would be my personal if the game was targeting me. But here we go. Enough bantering. Let's see if my suspicions about standard banners continue. Right? It'll be wild. So we're gonna draw at least to get the free tickets and stuff. So that's kind of offsetting the, offsets the investment. All right, let's go. Let's get our A0. Gochari ni sign wall. Interesting. We got 7 carried over from last time as well. First 10? I need all the dupes in the world though. Alright. Give me one more. One time I actually received 4 stars, so that's good. Like, give me more. I feel like that's an extra dupe. Come on. Oh, just Luferu? Come on. Alright. Let's keep going. Katuru. Come on, Katuru. Come on. Let's go. Got them all into my lap. I didn't ever remember her code name. Interesting. Oh, Kian. Kian. Just give me more. Again. I rarely expect that I'm lucky, so. What do you think this is? A non-gacha game? A solo playing experience? Alright. Oh, I forgot, there's a special extra subquest for Chizuko. And it's on the email, so we're gonna go see what's up with Chizuko. Those are the 3. So it's either Vino Kateru or Kian. Come on, give me at least 2. I want to feel like average. Give me at least an average experience. Actually, getting 1 is the average experience. So far we have an average experience. Alright, now we're going into our meta jewels here. That's off That's off. Not bad. Come on. Kateru. Kateru would be fine. Give me another Vino. They're all maxed out, so it's just for the gems. Yep, still an average experience. The greatest parts of this game. Right here. Wait, maybe she's on the higher rate. Maybe not. I thought it was the other three. Huh. I have to look which banners are increased. Or which 4 stars are increased and drop. It looks like this is gonna be an A0. Oh, it's her. Oh no, it's not even Luferu. And it's not even Luferu or intriguing. So I was okay. I mean, it doesn't change anything, but well, Luferu just wants to be in the stream, you know? It's just like, nah, Luferu show. Throw me a shun. Come on, give me soy. Throw in a soy for me. Where's our boy soy? That's expected then. Alright, so at least we got 2 for some gems. I did see the Chinese anniversary, 2nd year anniversary is coming up for this game on the Chinese server, and I did see what they teased. It looks like Motoha is getting ascended, and her costume is fantastic. And then I did see that one character that was teased way back in the main story is finally joining the banner. So pretty neat. There's quite a lot of things that are happening for the 2nd year anniversary, which I can look forward to next year. The 1st year anniversary is coming up soonish. There's still like 2 months, 2 to 3 months, 3 months, something like that. I think. I don't know which date they decide to consider it as the beginning. No luck. No early luck. As expected. Very average. Alright, we're at 77. Alright. That's unexpected. I'm kind of tired, so I'm trying to be a little higher on energy here. All right. Average experience. All right, average experience. Yeah, man. Yikes. So mediocre. Okay. All right. So we only need 3, so I'm just gonna do 3 polls. It's fine. I don't expect... Yeah, we're just gonna do 3 1 polls. Ooh, nice. That's always exciting. Can we get another one? Nope. Alright. And then here's our expected lukewarm turbo, right? Oh my gosh, we got so lucky! It's amazing! We did a 1 draw! I was gonna try to like stage a funny thumbnail or something. It's like, oh my goodness, let's go and do the influencer perspective on being shocked that this was... There's no shock, obviously. And I would also love if I can do this for weapons too. It would be great if they changed so that the weapons are not 50-50. But we're gonna go do the weapons now, right? But here we are. It's been what, 2.5 months, right? 2.5 months since we pulled anything. What was it? Howler, Matoi. Howler, Matoi. Oh, no, Mont. Howler, Matoi, Rin, and recently Violet, right? And then all that, and now we're gonna try to build a new team. Hopefully get lucky, but I think ultimately this game makes the gacha component. Most people are losers, yeah, in my opinion, because they made the average often the worst case scenario, or like the lowest scenario. So if you're always defaulting to pity, you rarely ever feel the excitement of being lucky, honestly. Anyways. So we got her, which makes sense because it's guaranteed. And now we scroll down and start... why did I want these 2 weapons? It's just to fill out horizontally. There is a kind of a reason these 2 are... What are the others that are missing? Actually, I mean, Kuro might actually... Kurotani might be okay because if we fill it in, it's not like I'm gonna get... Oh, no, yeah. I mean, Makoto Yuki is around the corner, right? I'm basically looking for any reason to horizontal the rest of the weapon. No, Yukari is around the corner too. Alright, anyways, we'll just take whatever we can get here. Let's make sure I didn't goof it up and see if you can like retrieve the... Yeah, you can. Here we go. So we want to reclaim this. Alright, claim our 20 tickets. Wait, why is this yelling at me? Oh, is it because I got an extra person? Oh, I got her, right. We'll work on that in a little bit. Let's go and see if we can roll on a 50-50. Right, like that's always what I assume. We're gonna be rolling on the 50-50 is of experience. Hey, let's go. First 10, right? Right off the bat, first 10. We'll watch this animation play out. All right. Okay. Average. Okay. Average experience. Okay. Above average already. Okay. Okay. 40 more till the 50-50. Oh, I'll take that. Yeah, I'll take that. The Queen of Winter. Alright, cool. Wait, is that the one that I had? Yeah. So I'll take that. I'll take it. It's a beautiful looking weapon. Like, oh, sometimes lucky. This is, I would consider this lucky. I don't know if this changes the 50-50 though. It doesn't. It shouldn't change the 50-50, so we still have to get the 50-50. But I'll take it. Unfortunately, banners are far more valuable than weapons. I take anything, obviously. Absolutely grateful that it's actually even possible. Okay, that's a bit... Wait! No, I think that actually resets... Oh, I have to look. I think this actually resets the counter, right? Yeah, it does reset the counter. So that means... I guess I'm guaranteed to get this now, right? So... What was that? That was like 20 bowls and failed the 50-50 technically? Because I'm pretty sure now I'm guaranteed. Or maybe not. You will not be to add... Okay, hold up. I think that's how this works. Because it resets. If you didn't obtain a 4-star from the previous 9 draws. If you didn't obtain a 5-star from the previous 69 draws, your next draw 50 will have a flat, right? Which guarantees a flat 2. After you obtained a non-most wanted weapon, if a weapon of the same rarity appears in the next or subsequent draw, a must-draw weapon will appear. This special most wanted will be valid until you obtain a most wanted of the same rarity. It's a play contract. I think that's how that works. So like now, like I already, right? So I don't want this thing. Let's go and fill in the rest. Okay. Because it resets the counter for the 50-50. So I don't know exactly, but I guess we'll try to go up to 50 again. Because now this has a 5-star rate up. Let me read this. I need to understand this. For silent contract you use, right? Draw, sure. You can select up to 3. One of these will be the most wanted and have a higher... One of these 3 will be most wanted and have a higher chance of appearing, sure. You can now be able to add these to the lineup after this contract. Other opportunities to get exclusive 5 stars may be available in the future. Right, sure. So the Nebula Pendant. Content, the selected and the 4-star, sure. So contrary, if you didn't obtain 4 stars from the previous 9, right? You get 1. That's every 10 you get 1, right? That's fine, flat rate 1. If you didn't obtain a 5-star from the 69, your next draw will have flat rate 2, which guarantees a 5-star. But however, if you obtain a non-most wanted weapon, which it. I'm guessing there's only one most wanted weapon, right? The subsequent draw, a must wanted weapon will appear, right? Because I don't think the other ones are most wanted, are they? Yeah, at least I hope. So anyways, let's go into... I might completely misinterpret this, but we'll try to get the 50-50 at least. Like, hit the 50-50 once and see what happens. Because I kind of want the weapon. And it did occur early, so we'll give it a go. This means that I'm spending 20 more than... What was it? Like 28 more than expected. It was around 28. Or I can just draw now. That would be great. You know? Or they could just throw a bunch of 4 stars at me. No, that's not another 5-star. Okay. I mean, you can throw 5 stars at me on. That's also nice too. I'm all for being greedy. Okay. Pretty standard. I mean, I'll take 2 anytime. Any day, I'll take 2. It's still above average. At least I guess I'll find out how the description works, right? Alright, and then we have 10 left and then 1 more. We'll just draw the 1. Unless I get it here, that would be nice. Save a 1 draw or something. Oh no, not a spare. Oh, there. Oh no. Just kidding. False alarm. Alright, and then we'll draw the 1. And if it comes up, I don't actually know, but I think you're supposed to be guaranteed because you failed the first draw. But that was non-most wanted. My thought is that the most wanted is always the one that's in the middle, but I think all 3 of them might be considered most wanted. I have no idea what the terminology is, but we'll pull 1 and see what happens. Here we go. Here we are again. It's a similar feeling from the bandit draw. Okay, yeah. Alright, well, I'll take it because it was an early 5-star draw. So that is considered lucky. Getting an early 5-star draw so that you can save like 5. What did I save? It was 9. So it's 29 draws, right? So I basically saved 41 draws assuming if that I failed the 50-50. So I personally would take that. I am even willing to draw like 90 times to guarantee the targeted, right? Kind of like the same way the target banner is, where you draw 80 and then you have to draw 30 more to guarantee it. This is 70. I would draw 90 times to get it. But this way I drew 99 times to guarantee this. I'm okay with that, honestly. I hope that that is something in the future where they simply do not do 50-50s, like, in my opinion. But we got the Nebula pendant, so that's expected. I hope I read that correctly. Yeah, this thing disappears. So this part disappears. So if you pick an early and you draw an early 5-star, that's lucky. In my opinion, that isn't the pendant. If you're like, obviously the luckiest is to draw the most wanted, which I failed, right? So technically I failed the 50-50, but at least it was an early failed 50-50. And then there goes like pretty much half the stash immediately. Like, well, that's fine. Actually turned out a lot more pleasant, because the pleasantness dealt with being assured when I hit 70, right? So overall, a lot above average experience for me. Alright, let's just equip hers, even though I didn't ever build her out. Okay, so now we have to be very careful, right? Like, we have to get her speed up. So let's first, I really like her character design. Her mass is really nice too. Okay, so let's go and train her up. Yeah, her mass is pretty neat. Interesting. She is forming like the basis of the future team, so I really want to invest in the next couple. Not Akechi, but Anj and Makoto Yuki are the next ones, and that would form a new team. So I skipped a team to form a new team. Okay. We have so many resources. Okay. So that's it for her. Now her 5-star weapon. Her 5-star weapon's pretty awesome. So now let's do the same thing. That doesn't even cut into like 1/4 of my supplies. I wonder how they're gonna drain all the material, like all the content, like all the reagents and stuff. There's gotta be a way to do that. All right, and then let's go to Mindscape first. Okay, and then we want the speed Mindscape. So we want to max out speed. Okay. I'm not sure about the others yet, so we're just gonna leave the others as is. Actually, maybe probably the skill one. I'm not sure if I want to do that. Probably the highlight. Skill 1 and 2. This is the... This is the skill 1, right? Is this the highlight? Okay, yeah. So I think we want max highlight for sure. And then these ones we'll leave for now, because I have no idea. Okay. Now this is the... Now we have to do some more Gambo, right? I actually set up for her. So I think right now we're gonna do creation. We need a new creation card actually. Unless... Wait. What is my other creation card? Wait, why are there no presets? Oh wait, that's it from this one. Let's go and look at the other creation cards for a moment. Oh, actually, I can probably... Do I have one with speed? Technically... Oh, are they gonna be on the same team, though? Because we need a metric ton of speed. And I don't... Oh, I do have a new creation. Ooh. That's a coincidence that I have another creation with speed on it. What are her stats? It's probably like crit rate and speed, but largely we want to lean on speed. There is damage multiplier, so that's kind of nice. I mean, this is as good as any others. This has speed and attack. Attack is not good, so that's still one up. This has... Okay, so... Yeah, by coincidence, I picked up one today. This was from the... This is from the Compendio. Alright, so let's try and get lucky and hope it hits speed. It hits speed twice and damage multiplier once, that's fine. Ailment accuracy is unfortunate, but that's more than I can hope for. That's about average. So I do have reconciliation speeds. Things that have speeds. Plenty of them, so we could kind of gamble a little bit, but we want crit rate if we can. Speed, damage, ooh, that's good. Actually, this one is already good enough. If that last thing is... Do we have... If that last thing is crit multiplier, then everything is good. It's the golden... Let's see if we have any golden cards. This is the most fun part about seeing all the resources we collected. I have a lot of resources, so... We're gonna see... I think the golden card is definitely that one. We have a couple of tries on other things too. But I think this one largely will hit most of the notes. But we really want speed. Speed is the... That's okay. At most, I could expect 1 or 2 hits on speed, so... I'm not really desperate. Do I have a speed one already? No, I do not have a speed one. Okay, this one, damage multiplier, probably. Or attack, whichever one. It's not really that big a deal. Here's speed, crit rate. That's pretty good. What else we got? Actually, that's not bad either. Attack, speed, crit multiplier, and that's pretty good too. That's kind of mediocre. I feel like I favor crit rate more than so. Here we go. I mean, we still have helmet accuracy here. Yes, that's above average. We hit speed 3 times. Nice. All right, cool, cool. Now this one is we're probably looking for crit rate here. Here's crit rate, speed. Okay, just crit rate and speed. Do we have another crit rate? Crit multiplier. I kind of want crit rate. This isn't the best. This isn't that great, but I'll do this one and then we can gamble again maybe. If we don't get lucky. This isn't ideal, but let's just see. Alright, that's a dump. Alright. Let's go another one. We'll come like let's see what how the stats work out for the other one. So we have a speed here. This one, it doesn't matter what the... I guess crit rate, if we can find it. We need speed. Here's multiplier and attack. Speed. We have crit multiplier and damage multiplier. And Pierce. Pierce is like meh for her. Here's speed, attack. Alright, I guess we're going with this. Crit rate would be awesome, but I'm not. Crit multiplier. Okay, before we do it, let's go in. I tried to gamble with a pretty okay second card, but let's go and throw in some more. Let's throw in like a reconciliation is very good. It's a really strong thing, so I can throw some in. Let's throw 40 into reconciliation because I need a couple sets actually. So let's see if we can do a wee little bit more. I'm willing to gamble one extra revelation. So let's look. What else we got? That's not good. Speed? Crit rate? Oh, this is good. We'll use this. That's pretty much everything. Is there anything else better? Wait. That's pretty good too. We got a couple shots here. That's pretty decent too. Oh, double attack. That's interesting. Okay. So I think we're gonna go with this. This is fine. It's a no. Whoops. Gotta make sure you don't accidentally do what I did. There's a bug in this game that is infuriating. And it's when you select lots of cards, it can select the previous card and make you waste materials. It's happened like 5 times in a row where I've wasted materials because when you select and you go back and select, it will still be selecting a previous card, not the card that's in display. And the moment you hit enhance, it enhances the previously selected card, not the current card you're looking at. And it's happened multiple times. So you just want to make sure, because I've had this happen before. And this is good. Alright. It hit all the ones that I want. Nice. So this is a really good card. Alright. So now let's see if we can do one better. What was I think we want crit rate. Let's see if we found a crit rate one. Oh, here's a crit rate one with no speed though. Alright, I guess we're gonna try it with this one. And that's really good if there was speed involved. Actually, because our current one is like pretty pep. There's no... Yeah. That's pretty bad. So I guess I'll settle on trying to roll for... Actually... There's this one. Instead of using damage multiplier. What's her speed at? What? How do we get how much speed? 194. How many speed do we need? I think we've already passed the threshold. So... Dang. Her crit rate can max too? We've already passed her speed, so we can use an attack card instead. What was currently our damage multiplier? Yeah, we can do attack. So let's try on this attack card here. Unless... Do I have... Pretty sure I don't. Oh no, wait. Is this the crit one? Oh no, I need crit rate for this one. I can't actually do the attack. I kind of want crit rate. What is this? Thank you. I go with this. Try to... Or crit rate and double attack, because we already reached the max. We already reached max speed. 207, yeah, and then it's plus 10. Nah, I think I'm good. But we're okay. This is good enough. It has attack on there. I mean, I've already reached enough speed. So we're good. Now, let's do her skills. All her skills are good. We'll go over her skills soon enough. So everything worked out at least. The revelation cards more or less worked out. Which I am very happy about. I don't have to like go in. The 40 reconciliation cards, I'm actually looking for a couple more spins on some reconciliation because JC needs a little flesh out, and so does Cord. Reconciliation's fantastic. I don't mind putting 40 into that. Okay. I have so many revelation cards. I barely even use I barely use like inscription yet. So hard to sort. And then I have enough of everlasting things to get her to 10 because I basically didn't use any. And she's gonna be forming the basis. By the time Anj and Makoto Yuki rolls around, we'll have enough to do all of theirs. So there we go. 101, huh? Alright. And then we have to grab her passive stuff. Her statue and her billboard things. Claim this. Where is it? Her cutouts and her all out for defense. And then her 100 rating and above one. Probably, it's 100. Yeah. For extra attack. Ooh, that one looks cool. Alright. And then we grab this. Extra rating. Okie dokie. There we are. Now we get to use her. So, let's do... Is it for a drawing contract? Alright. So, first thing first, let's go and use her in the thieves skill thing. Right. What is this? Just fire and physical? Okay. Interesting. Intriguing. We're just gonna use our version, right? Yoroshikune. Alright. We need to incorporate eventually for the farming part, not this. So it's probably just we would use JC, because JC has, I don't know if it triggers. I don't think it triggers it. But that's fine. We'll use freedom. Especially boosts. She's a strategist, right? And we'll use the sweeper. And do this. Should be fine. And then we'll try her out. I'll try to... So now we'll do it this way. So let's go review her stuff. So she has Shockwave. It deals physical damage to all foes equal to 134% of her attack. Her attack's on the low side, but it was to get the speed. I don't... I could swap out the second card for attack as opposed to a damage multiplier, right? So we could do that, which would replace her attack, right? The second card could be simply the attack one. I'll take a look at her second card and see what it is. So we can still re-roll for attack to fill out her attack. Also increase party damage by 8.8% for 2 turns. For 2 turns for every 10 points of speed. And then we've already reached the speed cap, I think. So, or like the speed requirement. Increase for 2% up to a maximum of 35.1%. I think you need to reach... Oh no, that's not capped. Wait, for every turn, for every 10 points of speed, increased by 2%. Hold up. So we have like 190. This is capped, I think. Yeah, it's capped. When used as an extra action, increase skill damage by 50%. That's a lot. And activate a guaranteed critical hit on main target. So she gets a critical hit on main target. Hence the damage multiplier. And slash like crit multiplier is one of the stats we were looking for. And then increase party attack by 8.8% for 2 turns every speed. So we need to cap speed basically. Also increase party defense by 9.8 for 2 turns for every speed. Nice. When used in extra action, grant a shield to all allies. This effect lasts. Okay, so all of that including extra action. It's not or, is it? It's also. That's fantastic. Alright, and then third, increase party pierce rate. I think this is the major thing to her, increasing pierce rate So pierce rate for 2 turns for every speed, 4.3. Also increase party attack by 14% for 2. So that's also. And then when extra action, increase the main target's pierce rate. So your major damage dealer for every speed maximum. Yeah, okay. Is there more when she's okay? So highlights, increase party attack by 6.5% for every speed. Again, more 25.8. We're assuming maximum values. Also increase party damage by 25.8%. Right, also, I'll have to do the math again to see if we reached it. But I'm pretty sure we reached it. Also, when the selected ally of this highlight, or close to it. Also, when the selected ally of this highlight next deals direct damage to foes, okay, decrease the selected foes down by 1. Well, okay, fair enough. And that's good. Her talent, when Mayumi is present, increase party's damage during extra turn by 45%. Dang, so she gets an extra action. Okay. When Mayumi is present, increase party damage dealt to down towards. Oh, so she does have a down foe model. Also, when Mayumi knocked down a foe, deal more physical damage equals 60% of attack. I might swap out the second card for an attack set, maybe. And then her spear, it increases her. I needed the spear to get more 15 speed, so that's why I wanted the weapon in order to close the gap. When Mayumi's speed is over 100, for every 10 of speed over 100, so we got 90. Oh, up to 100%. Oh yeah, 90. So 90 times 12.5 is 100. So it exceeds 100. So we've gotten the 1, right? 90. So every 10, 9 times this. So we've reached the cap for this. After activating a skill, for every 40 stacks of total velocity, increase party damage up to 17. I'm not entirely sure what that is, so we'll keep that in mind. And then of course the set is reconciliation. Reconciliation gives you 6 extra speed, right? Pretty neat. And her thing is wild. Alright, so we probably start out with Shockwave. Ooh, that's fantastic. And this actually benefits, interestingly enough. And we get to see her splash. Very neat. Wait, why did this toggle the other version? That's fine. It switched versions. It's not my copy. Hold up, why does it keep switching? Maybe it's because I don't have it set as main party or something? No? It keeps toggling the alternative try. I don't think we need to use highlight, but... Let me see if it switches back to the try version. Oh no, it stays there. Oh, maybe I didn't even... It's fine. Maybe I didn't even switch properly. Oh no, it's of the try version. So it keeps flipping. It keeps flipping the character. Not that it matters. Not that it really matters. Yeah, I just wanted to confirm that. Stop whispering in my ear. Just do the next one. Her effect is really splashy. I like it. It kind of reminds me of a street graffiti, which I am most definitely someone who has done some digital art in that department. All right, so let's go here and select our character, please. And it's Nuke. I think it's irrelevant. We simply nuke the heck out of it this way. These are kind of trivial, obviously. Now the question is, what do you like? So what order would it be then now? That's kind of an interesting. Huh. Who am I missing? Who am I replacing? Oh, Cord? I haven't even seen her, like, extra turn yet. But I do see the icon. Okay. I'm sure you always start off with Shockwave. We'll wait till we get to like the last copy. I don't even think the last copy will survive this. Oh, and I noticed that the indicator for Tempest or Tempest Wind was added, like because I wasn't seeing the little green icon with the cherry blossom things before, but now there is. There's an indicator, like this indicator right here. It's kind of weird when it's fluttering in rapid speed because I'm always at ×3 speed, but gotta love all the mechanical icons. Oh, it survived. Okay. So the question is, does the extra action happen right away? Okay. So what? Okay. We're certainly living in a digital age now. So what? That's 3? And then... Then what do you do? I guess you would do 3. Oh, I think you do 3 and 2, right? So 2. And I should get another turn, right? Yes. And then we do 3. So now we have both the stacks. Okay. So then... Oh, that extra turn actually counts to speed up the thing. Interesting. Oh, that's awkward. Alright, okay. I see. Okay. It doesn't work with the she doesn't, I'm not sure if she gains anything from the extra action. Like if she gains any extra velocity from the extra action off of JC. Just use this right away. Let's see. That's at 100. Okay. So she gained 100 from that. How much does she gain from this? She should gain 10 after each. Right, she's at 110. So this would be 120. And after this action, it should be 130. If it counts this. No. So it doesn't count JC's extra action off of that. Or like auto trigger of 2 mass does not add to velocity. Disappointing, but fair enough. That's a really cool. We still haven't seen her highlight yet. That's nice. I really like the street art. And then now, so then we just throw this out. And we do this. And that means that he should be in cohesion. I'm trying to think of like how to distribute the weakness. To get like knockdowns and stuff because of the extra knockdown damage. Like in other situations. Not this boss situation, but other situations. Because if I do cohesion second, then it would line up with JC's power turn with the AoE. As JC is on sweeper, which makes it 1 turn faster. It's pretty nice. Everything's built around JC and JC and Tempest win right now because that's all I have after sacrificing everything. They're the most current team I have. I think this might take this guy down without the highlight. Oh, it was close. Okay, so does that mean she's... Okay, so she still has that thing underneath. So I'm guessing I just use Shockwave now, right? To reinforce the it's been 2 turns. And then does her thing go away? Interesting. The little like effect underneath her is still there. Alright, so that's it for the Thieves trials, right? Just to try her out. And then this stuff is for farming, so we're good. Do that later. Oh yeah, and then that's right, the gates got delayed. Now it's every 2 weeks while this is happening. So let's go collect our coins. Right. At least that will make it hurt less. It's basically offsetting what we invested, a little extra. Okay. Yeah, so let's do our Trial of Thorns. Actually, before we do that, no, we're gonna do the Chizuko thing. We're gonna do the Chizuko thing at the end. So she's right here. Well, right here. We'll see what that is about once we do our Trial of Thorns here. Alright, as far as I know, I don't think there's any change to Asura. Asura... where... Okay, I guess we'll find out. Let me guess, no strategist. Okay, I'm surprised that didn't say no strategist. Alright, so we do Nightmare. Okay, let's set our team. I don't expect to change from this. And I saw 4 targets. So let's see. Welcome to the team. And we're using sweeper setup. I don't have any sustain, so there's a chance. There's a chance. Cherish is gonna have to come into this game. There's a chance I would have to use Cherish. Oh, does that mean that this guy doesn't act after I take him out? Take out the 4. Wait. Did those guys always summon Asura? Oh, I think we would go straight into I can do this for sure. If I was... Okay, so he would get his turn. Okay. So we get his turn because JC triggered it. Okay. Okay. That's okay. It's not that great because if Asura is always triggered, then we would have to do a combination. We have to do an assassin combination. What the? Oh, right. Let me guess. No strategist? Okay. So if no strategist, then it's gonna be Cherish and... Who's a follow-up? I guess it would be Marian. Then we would go like Probably something like. So I don't know if it's better to force. I am still unsure if it's better to force the Asura right away. That's concerning. The no strategist though, so it's fine. We don't know if they're gonna be able to survive with both the strategists up. This is to trigger her ability. Oh, that actually doesn't work that well, huh? Okay. Music. That's like meh. Okay. No saboteurs. Alright, now we flip again. Pretty quick. I still think trying to take out all four of them right away is probably the good way to go. So hit like a dump truck and hope that I don't get dump truck back. No, that's a cool ability. Okay, I just wanted to see her highlight. Yeah, this second turn is really powerful, so we could definitely take out the rest. Okay, so he does have a solo target. Yeah, so this would then land on... Oh, there, Jace. So then this would land on this, and then that's probably the plan for Asura right now. So let's keep going. We have to unlock all these. No strategist. Yeah, I got turbo. Yep. That was the plan. Oh, you know. Oh no, it's more like... You got turbo on your first summon? Very nice, congrats.
誰も傷つけさせない。ペルソナするといただいていく。僕が相手をしてやる。
制裁の時間だ。見せてやろう我らの力を。行くぞジュスティーヌ。すぐに排除します。
どうだ、人思いにやってくれ。
そうきましたか。
どうだ、
大丈夫だから。
どうだ、どうだ。
ムッシッシン。パスワード排除。お願いタレイヤ。倒れさせない。褒めてやる。感謝します。
してアマルテ凍りつけ。
チャージ完了だ。ぶっ放せ。降参してももう遅い。これまでのようですね。
ペルソナ矢野シークいただいていく。
見せてやろう我らの力を。ジュスティーヌすぐに排除します。
Yana Sega's at their slot is
制裁の時間だ。
instead of the minion?
その調子でやっちゃって。
No, probably not. Probably can't push the Thor. Alright. Okay. Back to strategist.
私の力がよろしくね。任せて。我らの相手が務まるか見ものだな。敵発見です。油断は禁物。仕掛けるよ。続いて
強め。追い風を今ここに。
ペルソナディオニュソスいただいていく。僕が
制裁の時間だ。見せてやろう我らの力を。行くぞジュスティーヌ。すぐに排除します。
行くぞ。ここで終わるのか。どうだ。行くぞ。
オッケー。ムッシッシン。パスワード排除。ギア上げてくよ。駆け抜けなさいビテス。私がついてるから。チャージ完了だ。ビテスぶっ放せ。ビテス最短距離で突っ走るよ。来なさいビテス。みんなフィットインよ。
舞い踊れ強め。みんなを守
褒
って
めてやる。
強め
感謝します。
ペルソナドミニオン受けてみろ。
オッケー。ムッシッシン。
Okay. Yeah, that's so this would be the solution to the 40 on a second turn to wipe them out.
行くぞジュスティーヌ。
And
すぐに
then
排除します。
Asura will show up and then see if we don't need a single target. But this is before we escalate.
仕掛けるよ。続いて
咲き誇りなさい強め。追い風を今ここに。
フィスタついてるぞ。華麗にやっちゃって。
この技じゃない。
And then we follow up with this.
ペルソナサンダルフォンディオニュソス。
And I can use Sound Dolphin just in case someone gets downed. Or there's a chance someone gets downed.
見せてやろう我らの力を。
It's not the
行くぞジュスティーヌ。
greatest.
すぐに排除します。
Oh, and there we had to also look
ビテス。
at. Oh, that did not end up
フィットインよ。
triggering enough speed.
舞い踊れ強め。
We didn't actually reach it
受けてみなさい。
on that one.
ペルソナドミニオンサンダルフォン
Yeah. So then we would.
これでどうだ。
That hurts for not having any modifiers. Like, not big modifiers. So we want to not give the parasol. So the modifier with the parasol we have to avoid when we do the level 40 or the 40 thing. No strategists. Yeah, which one is the parasol? Let's see. Okay. Okay.
治療は任せて。治療は任せて。さっさと片付けましょう。敵発見。手伝って。
This is the guy that is probably the hardest to take down because of the resistance. Oh no, wait. That's probably because of the parasol, now that I think about it.
これでどうだ。
制裁の時間だ。
No, no. Oh, that's just half. That's because of critting.
すぐに排除します。
これぐらい。
大丈夫だから。そうきましたか。支援準備完了。ミッシッシン。私の出番だな。パスワード解除。君は何様だ。治療の時間ね。倒れさせない。
助かるよ。
癒しの力よ。
アマルテや。凍りつけ。
チャージ完了だ。
So we just, I guess we would farm a early crit. Oh. Oh no, you can force him into it without actually having to take down the other. I don't think that was lethal on the two of them.
すぐ排除します。制裁の時間だ。
Maybe there's a chance, there's the idea to take down two of them. I'll have to look at what.
私の出番だな。お願い、タレイヤ。ミッシッシン。パスワード解除。
Yeah, if it only takes one or two targets. Oh no, but it'd be, yeah, then we would use Assassin instead. JC and Assassin and try to take down just two of the targets.
誰も傷つけさせない。
Just so there's a decent follow-up on Asura.
大丈夫だから。
ヘルソラー。サンダルフォン。スルト。
Oh, that's awkward.
いただいてる。生意気なツアーだな、おい。
ペルソナ。行くぞ、ジュスティーヌ。すぐに排除します。
Oh, that's awkward.
さあ、どうぞこちらへ。
オッケー。はっ。ミッシッシン。コードアップロード中。スタンバイ完了。治療の時間ね。ペルソナデュオ。
準備はいい？あまり凍りつけ。
What does... Okay.
そら。
I was curious what technique to use.
見せてやろう。行くぞ、ジュスティーヌ。すぐに排除します。
So possibly JC and Assassin now. It's just... Oh, it's only 10? Alright. So now let's do our custom. Let's look. Which one is this? Sanctuary? It's Blade of Sanctuary. Hold up. When the number of shadow falls below 3. Okay, so we only have to take down 2 of them. But Asura gains the special skill of the sacrifice shadows if there are less than 2. Okay, so there's no incentive to try to wipe them out completely. We want to get rid of the 2 that gives them defense. So grants a shield to all. So not sure if we want to take down Chikokuten or I don't has no weakness, sure. Growth permanently increase. I think this one is okay for them to sack. So I think Jochuten is fine. Komokuten? Which one is this? This is the mark? I think that's okay. So these 2 will be sacked. And then I want to get rid of the parasol. Right? It covers with the lowest and changes all affinity to resist, which will probably become immune if we power them up. So Bishimonten and Chikokuten is probably going to be the 2 that gets taken down, and then the other 2 will get sacrificed. I'm guessing these will modify their shields. Target with a shield from gain 60% attack. Oh, it actually doesn't, but the shield is still a problem. Increase the damage from the mark. We get blasted. And then also decrease damage taken. Oh. Dochuten is a problem. Possibly. We can't take down Asta quick enough. Which one is this? Target marked by take 50%. We might need Cherish. The number of targets marked by... That's problematic. That we can't afford to do if we're, to null, unless we're expecting to take him down. So this might be free, where we'll take down Bishimonten first, so that they don't get, his ability does not get it. And I will definitely be using JC on Assassin. What is this? Bishimonten again. We'll target the 2 shadows with the lowest HP. Oh, right away though. So I have to test if I can actually take out Bishimonten on the first cycle. Otherwise... Oh no, wait. This is Affinity. Actually, Affinity is fine because we're doing almighty damage. Almighty anyways. Oh, but then we would heal and then... we'll see. We'll see. Depending on the cycle. All foes' attacks are increased by 10. We're gonna... We need Cherish. So, does that mean... I mean, let's see if they even survive one round. No, we can't afford that. We'll keep defense. Ooh. No heal. How many things do we have excess? So we have 3 points excess, so... What is this? Pose XP. So let's try this and go all in on go all in on attack. I think they're gonna get blasted in one turn, so I had to survive the second rotation, like the first attack. That would guarantee the all-out attack. No, the all-out attack already goes off, which that's not going to be great. So we're going to try to blast. Yeah, we're going to try to blast Bishimonten on the first cycle. And then go after Ikokuten next. Okay. That would be the plan. With no sustain. No, except for Sandalphon. Right. So, dang it. It doesn't help that Bishimonten is the most resistant.
ディオニソスいただいていく
制裁の時間だ
Oh. You can still take him out? They don't have as much HP as I thought. Which one is that? Was that? Oh no. Oh no, wait. That's Jikokuten. Okay, it's fine. Oh no, he's gonna... That's fine. Almighty... Okay, that's not a lot of damage. And then they have to buff up, right? So that's okay. Okay, sure. I'm probably gonna switch to... Oh no, I probably stay on... I will probably stay on Dionysus this time. And this is supposed to last 2 turns, right? Okay. And then we're just gonna hit... Oh, I forgot. Everything's drained. And then this one will probably drain, but the Almighty, the mask activation, will be able to take him out. Unless this reverts back... Oh, it reverts back to null though, so we just wait. Yeah, so this will heal, but the Almighty might be able to give it. Yep, and then this will trigger Asta. Okay, and then now we can use this. Because he will attack... Oh, no, no, no. He will, no matter what, he will go next. So we're just gonna throw this out. Okay, now we gotta prevent ourselves from getting insta-gibbed. Because no one can drop. Oh no, the highlight does come up though. I could have Dionysus. Okay, I could have used skill 3 on Dionysus because I would still get the attack here. That's fine. Because now it's his turn. He'll go next. Right? But this shouldn't take them out, right? Okay. And then we're good. Oh no, we're not good. This isn't enough damage. Wait, wait, wait. Very questionable. No dice. Yeah, that's a death. I guess we could try to shield up. But I think this is an auto KO here. He survived 1 HP. Nah, not really 175, but still. Alright, we're good. First try, no problems. 175 HP, not even close. Well, you gotta love Sendalfun in the setup. Alright. What do you mean select battle effects? I already did it. Alright. So we did it. That's the first one. Wait. Clear challenge 8 on normal? Wait, did I not complete the challenge? I thought I complete all. Oh, does it scroll down? Does it scroll further down? Hold up. Was there more? Oh, there's more. Alright, well, so let's do the rest of these. No Saboteurs, that's fine. That's funny. First try. 127, not even close. Not even close. No sweat. Kinda getting pretty decent at calculating stuff. All land. Okay. Oh. Still on assassin, but that's fine. They're much weaker without the 40 modifiers, so you want to sweep instead. Her combination of actions is so satisfying. Repeat the same action in case. Oh, that came after. Oh, that's awkward. I thought I was being a little clever there. Wasn't. Last challenge. No strategist. And we'll simply use assassin. I think the lucky one is getting the 25% crits and give on Jikokuten. Like this. This is a 50-50 because 2 of the targets are good. Because JC attacks a random target first on the first proc. The A1 proc.
してアマルコを折りつけペルソナヤノシーク待てよ
Whoops.
ペルソナサンダルフォンスルトヤノシークサンダルフォンこれでどうだ
見せてやろう我らの力を行くぞジュスティーヌすぐに排除します制裁の時間だ支援準備かミッシッシン私の出番だなバトルデータ解析
Oh no, wait.
どれどれ
That's Sandalphon. Oh, that's fine. It's fine.
ペルソナデュ
Not a big deal. This
必
is
ず守るからね
not Mac, not level 40.
誰も傷つけさせない
And I don't do max nightmare stuff. Largely because
降参してももう遅い
I probably can't.
これまでのようですね
At the same time,
ペルソナスルト
no badge. You know, no badge. No need to A6 anything,
見
you
せ
know,
てやろう
just for
我らの力を
compensation.
行くぞジュスティーヌすぐに排除します治療の時間ねペルソナデュオ
Alright. That's it. Pretty quick. Not bad for Asa. There's all our extra materials that are like extra materials. And then when are we gonna be back for Trumpeter? In the next week. So in I guess in 6 days we'll be back for Trumpeter to quickly actually I don't know if I'm simply gonna record Trumpeter, largely because it's probably already understood and there's not much to cover. Yeah, see, this is the every other one, so there's really not much else to cover. Oh, we do her. Let's grab this.
行くぞ駆け抜けなさい気を抜くなビテス仕掛けるよ赤い千金の一撃
ペルソナ
大したものだな
これでどうだ
No. Yeah, they recommend Rin. Makes sense. Or Joka. Can I? Oh.
それペルソナ
Oh. Can't be. Oh, okay.
ペルソナ しばいてあげる
This is an interesting team.
来いいただいていく
ハイライトを見逃すな
行きますよ。
残念どこ見てんの
よく見ているダウンした者がいる戦力がそがれたか
残念でした
よく見ている異常状態に陥った者がいる対応急ぎ
ビテス最短距離で突っ走るよギア上げてくよ駆け抜けなさいビテス私がついてるからビテスみんなピントいいよ
異常状態に陥った者がいる対応急
いただいて
げ
いく
Oh,
問題ない
right.
来いアルセーヌ
That's right.
決めるぞペルソナ
Buffalo
も
50%.
う一度来いアルセーヌ仕留めるぞペルソナ
そのダウンは評価しよ
畳みかけ
もうすぐあなたの身元
う異常状態に陥った者がいる
やっちゃおう
対応急
Alright.
げはい
Is that how you run it? You run you DPS? Alright. So I guess there you have it. I don't think I'm gonna record Trumpeter. Have I done Trumpeter? I mean, maybe we record Trumpeter. I don't know. There's anything else that would happen the second week. Maybe we just do a quick Trumpeter thing. Wouldn't mind that. I do enjoy messing around and recording these things. Okay, and also there's still, what is this? Oh, did we get a prayer? All right, pray for this. Let's go. Okay. What you expect? Okay, let's got one more thing. For a moment. Just getting rid of all. Okay. Yep. Makes sense. So there is, before we go into Chizuko's little thing, right? Obviously now we have the new Astrolab season, right? Just as a teaser. I typically just go over the purple and the red as a teaser, and then we record it 2 weeks from now, right? 2 weeks from now, that's when Akechi is up, so we'll probably record the single 13 willpower run, right? The 13 willpower run. Is this still 13 willpower? Yeah. Which is what we've been doing. But looking at the Stellas, right? This purple Stella, pretty... I don't have Rin, Firecracker Rin, but Noir has a range attack. So you can just blast through this. And then here, when an ally other than Wonder deals almighty damage, it's going to be a JC wipe, so very quickly. And then we have this, which is the one dealing with highlight, but there's a single target. So Queen and Florette, easy clear in my opinion, with like Cord, obviously. Or you might not even need Cord. I understand that they can't crit with their highlights, right? So alternatively, you can use assassin JC with Cord and just blast his face in, right? Probably JC across that. This one is the one that I still lack. I don't have a technical. A technical would require either Rin, Matoi, Howler, a combination of the fire techs, or alternatively use Queen. But Queen is kind of weird when you're doing it against a group like 4. At least I think Queen triggers a tech. Otherwise, you just blast through it with JC. So you sweep this. It's the Horus and Seth. Yeah, right. Anubis, Seth, Horus, and Thoth. I don't think they're that strong. As far as I remember, they're not that strong. In terms of HP pool. It's all about their HP pool when it comes to... So what I have done is I've already started working towards this group already to test. The other 3 are wiped, which is nice. Until we get like a technical, right? A technical. There's no source of like extra action either, because I thought Turbo worked a little bit different, but it didn't work that way. So if Joka's thing comes around, that's a problem still. But the technical thing is somewhat of a problem. So is the resonance thing. I have no resonance, no technical, and no continuous damage. And if they like scale it slightly above that, then that's a problem. But I don't think it's become a problem yet. And basically all my investments in JC and augmenting JC in some way is how I'm getting do that. All right. So anyways, now let's go see what's up with Chizuko. I wonder why they added something for Chizuko. So let's go see. My granddaughter seems to be up for an outing today. Wondering if you come along. Which is it? Oh, yeah, her granddaughter. That she's a survivor, right? A survivor. Let's see. Let's go. All right, can you come to Inokashira Park? Okay. Right. Arrived at the spot where Chizuko and I agreed to meet. All right. This is the very first scene. That girl is from the very first scene of P5X.
あんたの方が早かったみたいだね。マナカ、この子がばあちゃんの知り合いで、ばあちゃんにアドバイスをくれた子だよ。
Wow.
ごめんね。ばあちゃんも一人だと緊張しちゃってね。誰かに一緒にいてほしくて。彼はすごくいい子だよ。こんなババアの相談にも乗ってくれるし。マナカと年も近いし。きっといい友達にもなれると思うんだ。
マナカです。よろしくお願いします。
I shouldn't be surprised, but she seems seems wary of me. Tough. No.
マナカに元気を出してもらいたくて。
I wasn't expecting the saxophone.
そうしたら、マナカも大好きな音楽を聴くのはどうかって。
That's
言
true.
ってもらって。
I remember that.
とはいえ、まだ人が多いところは怖いだろ。
That's a great
だ
idea.
から、ここでばあちゃんが演奏しようと思って。聞いてくれるかい、マナカ。ありがとう。それじゃ、行くよ。
Playing can be gone good even macho. Aww. Still though. No, that's cute. Really does seem to care a lot about Manaka, right?
久しぶりだとうまくいかないもんだね。マナカ、あんたもすまなか。
久しぶりね。No.
おばあちゃん、ほんとヘタっぴー。
ヘタピー、
昔はもっと上手に吹けてたのに。
No.
ごめん、笑っちゃダメだって分かってるけど、余計に面白い。
仕方ないだろう。 最近全然吹いちゃなかったんだから。
それにしたって指すごく震えてるし、運針忘れてるし。
Yeah, that's a point. Maybe it's the booze.
あんたまで。たくも。そういうなら二人ともやってみろってんだい。
でもおばあちゃんの演奏よかったよ。ねえ、もう一曲やって。
仕方ないね。
Okay.
でも笑うんじゃないよ。
That's so funny. No, that's cute.
少し疲れたね。私ちょっと飲み物でも買いに行ってくるよ。
Everyone gets drinks. Let's go. Oh.
さっきはすみませんでした。あんな態度取ってしまって。ありがとうございます。
なんでもない。
おばあちゃんから私のこと聞いてるんですよね。そういうのもあって知らない人、特に男の人が怖くて。ごめんなさい。でも今一緒におばあちゃんの演奏を聴いてるのを見て、あなたはおばあちゃんの言う通りいい人なんだってすごくわかりました。大丈夫です。あなたになら話しても平気だと思いますから。歌ってみた動画って知ってますか私2年くらい前に
Okay.
やってみた動画を投稿してたんです。もともと歌うことが好きで、
Oh boy.
なんとなく自分でもやってみたいって思って投稿して、最初は再生数全然だったんですけど、ある日アーティスト本人がコメントをくれて、
Okay.
この動画いいね程度のものだったけど、
Okay.
それを機にすごくバズっちゃったんです。私の歌を聴いてくれる人が増えたのは嬉しかった。
でも
ある日アンチコメントを連投する人が出てきたんです。
Of course.
何を投稿してもひどいことを言われてしまって、
Cyberbullying.
嫌がらせもすごかった。特に男の人から学校を特定したみたいなコメントも届いて、それが本当に怖くて学校行けなくなっちゃって、 投稿をやめてもアンチの人ずっと粘着してきましたし、だから
Our hopes and desires were stolen by online harassment. Yep, and one-way exchange, of course. Talked about this for maybe a solid 3 hours earlier today. About how current society. Could it be that the girl that I saw that day was? Anaka? Yeah, it was in the beginning of P5X, almost a year ago now. Yeah. One-way exchange.
おばあちゃんに
Commentary.
心配かけたくなくてアンチのことは言ってなかったんですけど、結局こんなことになっちゃって、迷惑かけちゃったなって。すみません、こんな話聞かせてしまって。あなたとは初対面だったのに。ありがとうございます。
Always thank the person for sharing.
おばあちゃんには秘密にしておいていただけると嬉しいです。きっともっと迷惑かけるから。
Yes. Keeper of secrets.
私も頑張りたいと思っても何かしようとすると全部怖くて、本当はまた歌いたいけど、おばあちゃんは頑張ってくれてるのに情けないな私。
Whoa.
待たせて悪かったね。自販機がなかなか見つからなくて。
ありがとうおばあちゃん。
好きなの選びな。そろそろ帰ろうか。あんたも今日は付き合ってくれてありがとうね。
久々におばあちゃんのサックスが聴けて嬉しかったです。本当にありがとうございます。
Now that I think about it, Izuko mentioned wanting to perform at the jazz club. The jazz club open mic?
それって昔おばあちゃんとおじいちゃんと行った吉祥寺の。
そうさ。まだ出演者を募集してるみたいだったから、いつかマナカと立てたらって。でもマナカは外に出るのが嫌って言ってただろ。ばあちゃん無理はさせたくないんだよ。
私とおばあちゃんのステージ、私やってみたいかも。
Ooh, I hope we get a follow-up on this. Maybe they'll prepare a special song for it.
もしかしたら全然できないかもしれない。歌うの
She's a singer.
まだ怖いし、おばあちゃんにもあなたにも迷惑かけちゃうと思う。でも今日おばあちゃんが演奏してくれて嬉しかった。もっと聞きたいと思った。なのに私は塞ぎ込んでばかりで、こんなのやめたい、頑張りたいの。
マナカ。
No.
マナカがここまで言うなら、ばあちゃんだって やらないわけにはいかないね。でも今の演奏じゃマナカの歌声を邪魔しちまうよ。練習頑張らないとさ。
Time to lose the booze. I can't wait to hear the jabs on the booze.
ああ、今日で酒はやめて練習さ。
練習さに
今度は練習に付き合っとくれ。
頑張ってね。Oh, that's a nice like a somewhat of a like a nice little. Oh, wait. Wait, there's more? I really thought they weren't gonna follow up on that until later. All right, let's see how this works out. Okay. Bend your ear a sec. I was thinking of going to the jazz club with Manaka. All right, let's go. Wow, they really just okay.
こっちだよ。
ご無沙汰してます。
マナカも調子がいいんだ。最近は家でも歌ってるくらいでね。
もうおばあちゃんってば、調子がいいのはおばあちゃんもでしょ。この前とは打って変わって昔みたいに上手に吹けてるんですよ。
で、このペースなら応募もできるだろうと思って様子見に来たってわけさ。
Wonder if those people auditioned for the open mic. Wow, they were gonna follow through right away.
なるほどね。一組あたり出番は5分くらいかい。そんなに長い時間でもないし、客も熱中してるってわけじゃなさそうだ。これならマナカでも大丈夫かい？
緊張するし、怖くないって言ったら嘘だけど、大丈夫だと思う。
そうかいそうかい。でも無理だったらちゃんと言うんだよ。
もしかしてステージに応募される方ですか？
あんたは店員さんかい？
はい。いやー、新しい方が参加してくれるのが嬉しくてつい声をかけてしまいましたよ。募集はしてるんですが、いつも同じ出演者ばかりになってましてね。もしよければこの後少しステージに立ってみませんか？いきなり本番は緊張するでしょう。
それは嬉しい提案だけどね。今から急にっていうのはさすがにちょっと。マナカ、どうだい？
Stop doing that hand waving motion.
どなたでも気軽に演奏してもらいたいんです。なのでぜひ。
なら歌ってみたいって店員さんの言う通り、いきなりよりいいかもです。
ならよかった。ちょうどこの後出演者の準備で時間があるんです。演奏は
孫の歌に合わせて私がサックスをやるよ。そっちは見学さね。
Wow, he can break out the bass guitar, you know.
あちらへどうぞ。
Should have played along. Dr. Monica singing form of harmony. They're still a little stiff, but they sound great. Not quite full yet. Maybe they'll follow up. Maybe in the future. We had to use our imagination.
褒めるのが上手だね、あんたは。いい気分だよ。でも、やっぱりまだまださ。本番までにもっと練習しておかないとね。
I'm looking for the payout. Looking forward to it.
指も震えてなかったし。
そりゃあ、可愛い孫と一緒にステージに立つっていうのに、叫びたりじゃ閉まらないだろ。まだかこそしっかり歌えててよかったね。一時期は全然歌わなくなって心配だったけど、今日はすごく楽しそうで、ばあちゃんも嬉しかったよ。歌ってくれてありがとうね、マナカ。
おばあちゃんが隣にいてくれたからだよ。演奏してくれてありがとう。
Oh no. Is it one of the cyber bullies?
さっきステージで歌ってたお前。
Oh, that's Anj.
アンジュだよな。
Oh, she's Anj.
やっぱりお前の声、俺が間違えるわけない。
I was wondering if she. Oh, I was just in the back of my head. I was like, man, it would be kind of cool if she gets like a turnaround and there's like some sort of like she ends up being a thief or something. But I didn't even make the connection that Manaka was Anj, the idol. Okay, all right. So they are setting up the next character actually. And Anj, oh yeah, that's right, because Anj is the next she's involved in the next palace. And yeah, they're setting up for the next palace. That's right. For 4.0. Oh, I totally did not make that connection.
動画がねえから死んだと思ってたけど、まだこんな下手くそな歌ってたんだな。俺手紙に書いただろ。お前なんて才能ねえからさっさとやめちまえって。俺の指導も全然聞かなかったくせに、何が天使の歌声だよ。
なんだよあんた。死んだだの下手くそだの。うちの大切な孫に何言ってくれとんだい。
It's not worth it. Not worth it.
暴力ババアにかばわれてよかったな。お前なんか本当は大したことない歌い手のくせね。そうやって泣いてればなんとかなると思ってんだろ。
私は歌うのやめないです。おばあちゃんと一緒に頑張るって決めて。 だから
そうだよ。あんたが誰か知らないけどね。あんたにこの子の何がわかるってんだい。泣くほど苦しくても歌いたいって思ってるのに、その邪魔は絶対にさせないよ。
ふざけんじゃねえぞ。お前はいつか俺のアドバイスが正しかったって言うんだからな。
マナカ、気を失っただけみたいだ。相当怖かったんだろうね。悪かったね。付き合ってもらったのにあんな変なやつに絡まれちまって。しかしなんだってあんなやつが急に。
That could have been the hater. Yep, she was talking about.
自分が情けなくなるよ。
And Chizuko is in the dark
マナカのこと
until now,
全然知
sort
ら
of.
ないじゃないか。孫が何に苦しんでるのかも知らないで、両親を亡くしたこの子をちゃんと守ってあげたかったのに。
Best grandma ever.
最高か。
最高。
嬉しいこと言ってくれるね、あんたは。その言葉裏切らないようにもっと頑張らないとね。とにかく今日は帰ることにするよ。出演についてはまた今度相談させとくれ。
Dang, so say they set up Anj in the beginning of the game. Interesting. That explains why they didn't get to some of the other characters yet. Like the purple girl, the purple hair girl. And harassing Monica. Maybe I can change his heart from the mental. Oh, we're gonna do that first? Okay. Sorry for this one. This is Monica. I just got home. Sorry I passed out before I could say thank you. Nanda monai. Nande monai. That guy, he was one of the, I told you before, the guy who was harassing me for so long. I got mixed up. Wonder if she knows his name. Grilled udon dude, of course. Right, did you mean his real name? Yes. Shinta Saito. Okay. I used to use a fan mail service and his name and address were on there. He sent so many that I remember his name. Sounds terrible. Whatever I wanted to or not. Yeah, it was. So sorry. Grandma says she wants to talk to me. The guy. Well, let's go and do the thing. Do the deed. We really want to bop him as hard as possible. Oh yeah, now we can do like
任せて。
I'm certainly not a stranger to hearing that type of storyline in real life. Like, definitely not my first rodeo hearing that type of stuff. Someone who deliberately just want to project their own frustrations by targeting another person. Certainly a familiar sight. Still happens today, right?
着いたわね。
Oh, what the? How did I miss you? Oh, I think they're just randomly spawning there. I don't know. Sometimes there are barrels that just show up again. Alright. Let's go kick this Shinta. Let's go kick Saito-san in the face. Well, figuratively.
見つけたぞ。
Let's
あれが斎藤慎太だな。
let's see what's up with him. Like, what's his deal? If there's any additional.
大してうまくもねえクソガキが
Nope.
何が大事な歌声だ。あんなガキより俺様の方が何倍もうまい。なのにどいつもこいつも聞く才能がね
うわただの嫉妬じゃん。ネットだからって何言ってもいいって思ってるタイプ？
Keyboard warrior.
え。目の上のタンク部は全部消してやった方が早いんだよ。ミュージシャンとして成功するためには強い心も必要だからな。
Yep, that would be a typical keyboard warrior response to. Yep, that is a common scapegoat technique. It's like, if you wanted to go public and you want to be a public figure, then you need to have thick skin to have it. It doesn't excuse malicious attacks. The person who does that is the one with the thinner skin most of the time. Man, he really committed.
来るぞ。構えろワンダ。
Maybe there's a redemption arc for him, you know? Or, I mean, it's just a random character, but maybe they follow up on after this.
強め。追い風を今ここに。
ペルソナディオニソスいただいていく。
They exist today.
制裁の時間だ。
Like, I mean, this is a fictional character, but like, it's very real. Statistically, you're likely to bump into someone.
俺なんかじゃあの子の歌にはかなわないってことくらい。
Well, there's the insecurity.
最初は純粋にファンだったんだ。俺も同じ曲が好きで歌ってて、好きな曲が似てるみたいだったから、いつか一緒に歌えないかとか思ってたのに。
Sure.
あの子は手が届かない高みに行っちまって、それが悔しくて、俺だけが執着してるみたいで。
It's really not okay to bully someone despite your jealousies, but
そんな欲望が暴走して、ただ褒めるだけより厳しいことを言った方が気にしてもらえると思って。
タッチ悪い。
yeah.
でもそれは間違ってたんだな。お前たちのおかげで俺分かったよ。
お前のせいで苦しんだのはあの子だけじゃない。彼女の家族だって苦しんだんだ。
I wonder if her parents had anything to do with this. Her late parents.
アンチなんてバカなことしちまったな。
It's fictional, but honestly, seems like Shinta Saito had to change it. I should go. It sounds fictional, but actually, honestly, in reality, in real life, those things, like, they're slow, gradual. They slowly and gradually erode the person. So, in the video game context, right? In the video game context, it goes really quick and it makes it seem a little bit inconsequential and whatnot. But I think it's far more vicious in real life. When comments and I was talking about this earlier today about one-dimensional, one-way exchange. That's pretty much on the nose. Actually, I was kind of inspired by Turbo's character, Hashimoto-chan thing was being an influencer is very similar. So Ange looks like kind of follows that theme too. I had no idea she was Ange, but that's really neat that they're setting up already for 4.0. I kind of look forward to 4.0. Like I'm curious what Ange's arc is going to be like. It's probably one that hits fairly close to home. Not like me home, but the people I interact with home. In fact, a lot of times, many of these types of comments and whatnot are self-inflicted. So you don't actually have to be like benevolent. You don't even have to be unintentionally malicious. Sometimes when someone is talking without compassion, it's sufficient. There's also negligence, right? Negligence for one's words. In this case, they kind of made it very obvious that the person's maliciously jealous, despite making it sound like it's a misguided attempt to be unable to manage one's own emotional intelligence. But I was more or less talking about that earlier today when we were having a discussion about the difference between human communication skills and being someone who thinks they know better. And despite, it would have been interesting if, I don't know if this is what they're gonna do, but if the person was actually better than her and he would attack her because he feel his wall is thin, right? Like, have a character who actually sings better than Ange, but he would try to the person would try to crush the competition because they don't want to be threatened. That happens far more often. It's called, it's called anti-competitive practices, and that happens a lot. Whether it's intentional or not, typically the weakest person is the person who is going out to do it, as opposed to the person who's enduring it, right? And that happens pretty much on a daily basis. It's a lot, and the reason why I'm saying this is this guy was jealous that she was better, but to me, and I'm trying to anticipate what they might try to do, it's actually the other way around. Those who are successful tend to cyberbully those who aren't when their insecurities are thin. And so I'm not saying like there are people who made it well and done well. Those the vast majority, I would say, at least I want to believe the vast majority, what they do is they share their success, right? They try to go and influence more success. However, these are the fringe cases. I like to think these are the bad actors. They still exist, though, where when someone is successful, they work really hard, but the gap gets closed by a up-and-comer, like someone that's up-and-coming, and then what they do is they exercise anti-competitive practice against the people because of the threat. So oftentimes it's actually someone who has more influence attacking someone who is easily snuffed out, and that's to snuff out embers beforehand. If you're wondering, like, how does this actually exist? I mean, plenty of, like, if you look at the history, it's not like the majority, but at least 20% of media, you can deliberately, like, abuse things like copyright, censorship, all those anti-competitive practices. In the smaller scale, when someone has more influence, it's easier to squash smaller operations. I mean, that's kind of how businesses work as well. If you are thinking that it is justifiable to produce anti-competitive practices. But this stuff, I would say, occurs far more. It's a significant occurrence, and it happens a lot. Like when someone is even passionate about like how hard they work, and like they think that their hard work takes a really long time. I mean, language learning is one of the topics I talk about, there are plenty of individuals who go around saying that, oh, I'm only doing this for your own good, but then starts to trash you because they know what hard work is, and then they get angry that other people think that to do the thing is so easy, or they complain and they attack other people because the people that are working, they're like, oh, we're trying to help you. I'm trying to give you the real reality. Like, if you want to be a serious language learner, you have to suffer, right? Like me, because I have to work and hard about it. You just don't understand. I just care about you. Meanwhile, attacking your character over and over again. Those are the ones that occur more than often not when you're starting off. And then when the gap closes and whatnot, that like kind of like growing problems can persist. So it's happened. I mean, hate to admit it, but occurs when you're in a specific situation, despite being the minority. I still think this like exaggeration, obviously it's exaggerated for dramatic effect. It's a little bit more, in my opinion, it's a little bit more malicious and subtle in IRL. Like when this stuff happens. Already happened a couple times actually. Not to me personally, but I suppose much like the position that Nagisa is in, that's the position, right? Keeper of secrets situation. I have personal experiences with that. I, on the other hand, I did experience this multiple times. Like in the last 7 years, this has happened at least a couple times. The difference is, right, Anj is a high school student. She's very dependent. She's getting shot down, like she's a small ember. But when you're older, like the Chizuko situation, you have experience and confidence and identity to prevent yourself. And it's often really tough to witness. This is a really tough subject matter, and I'm really looking forward to how they write Palace 4. Anj is Palace 4, or is involved in Palace 4. So she's like the newest character in the P5X universe. Alright, let's see the conclusion, or like at least for now.
Manaka, 本当に大丈夫かい？無理にとは言わないよ。
大丈夫。またあんなこと言われたらと思うと怖いけど、おばあちゃんが一緒だから。
ああ、任せときな。もしまたあいつが出てきたら、ばあちゃんがケチョンケチョンにしてやるさ。
Kechan? That's interesting.
彼も見ててくれてる。ファンの方が多いんだ。何も心配ないよ。
一番でしょ？
ありがとうございます。私まだ歌うのは怖いけど、でもおばあちゃんやあなたが私の歌で喜んでくれたのを忘れたくない。お父さんとお母さんもそうだった。だから私
I don't remember what happened to her mom and dad, if they ever mentioned it.
アンチに負けてたままじゃ、私を認めてくれた人まで否定することになっちゃうから、その方がよっぽど怖いんです。だから私歌ってきます。おばあちゃんと一緒に。
ああ、よーし、行くよマナカ。あんたも特等席で聞いとってくれ。
Hi. Let's go. Go. Oh, do we hear her sing? Not yet. I think we have to wait till Palace 4. And maybe even the conclusion of Palace 4 before we hear her sing. She does have voice samples for singing. At least I'm aware of some.
思ったより緊張したね。
Oh, they're really building this up.
ありがとうね。目の前にお前さんがいたからなんとか踏ん張れたよ。
私もあなたの顔よく見えました。おかげで歌い切れて。
Oh, here he is.
あんたはこの間の
If only life was a little bit this simple, huh? It's still vigilanteism, but
いや、違うんです。ただ一言謝りたくて。俺勝手に嫉妬してネットにひどいことを書き込んで、それは間違ってたって気づいて、今日は謝ろうと思って来たんですけど、今の歌を聴いてより心を動かされたっていうか、こんなに素敵な歌をちゃんと聴いてなかったんだと思ったら恥ずかしくて、不快な思いをさせてすみませんでした。アンジュの活動、これからも応援してます。
なんだい、急に人が変わったみたいに。
it would be a cool power, but it's also like,
私は平気だ
so
けど、
it's more of a
あの人
vigilante thing.
どうしたんだろう。
It is sweet though. The power of music.
そういうことにしといてやろうかね。でもそれを言うなら、あんたの力も相当だよ。あんたのお
Dramatic
かげで
irony.
私もマナカも変われたんだ。あんたと出会わなければ、私は酒に溺れたままで、マナカとも向き合えず、こんな風に一緒に演奏することもなかっただろうからね。ありがとう。
私からも本当にありがとうございました。あなたのおかげでまた歌いたいって思えたんです。おばあちゃんも元気になったし。
そうだね。ずっと近くにいたのに。でもこれでようやくスタートできた気がするよ。ところで、ここ演奏する人が減ってるって言ってただろ。マナカさえ良ければ、またばあちゃんと一緒にステージに立ってくれないかい？もっと演奏したい。マナカの歌を聴きたいって思ったんだけど、どうだい？
もちろん。私もね、おばあちゃんのサックスもっともっと聴いてたいから。
or sax.
歌うのだって前みたいには難しいかもしれないけど、頑張ってみたいから。
うんうん。
じゃあ店長に相談しておかないとね。そうだ。次はあんたも
No,
一緒に
not tambourine. Man, he could just break out the bass guitar. Oh, I would love to see that. No.
悪かったね。外に出てきてもらっちまって。改めてあんたにお礼を言いたかったのさ。真中のばあちゃんじゃなくて、一人の人間として。改めてあんたに聞いてもらいたかった。あんたのおかげでもっとこいつを奏でてたいってそう思えるようになったからね。今までは真中のことだけが気がかりだった。どうせ私はもう長くないからね。私が死んだら真中はどうなるのかが心配で。そのくせ
心配ない。
自分から真中に関わろうとはしないで、酒に逃げて寿命を縮めてさ。バカみたいだろ。でもあんたが背中を押してくれたから私はすっかり欲深くなっちまったよ。私の演奏で真中が元気になってくれたように、まだ見ぬ他の誰かを元気づけたいと思ってる。あんたがそう言ってくれるならそうだろうって思えるよ。おっとそうだ、あんたにこれを渡しとこうと思ったんだった。
Her treasure?
サックスのリードだよ。
Oh.
サックスを吹くのに使うギターでいうところのピックみたいな
That's
もん
cute.
って言えばいいかね。何か困ったり辛くなったりしたらそのリードを持って私のところに来な。ばあちゃんがサックスの吹き方教えてやるからさ。そうしたら嫌なことなんて全部吹き飛んじまう。音楽に乗せて吹き飛ばしちまえばいいのさ。
Unbelievably wholesome. That was unbelievably wholesome for a setup for ATLUS 4. Dang. I wasn't that was fantastic. Well, what is now? Now we're 2 weeks out. So 2 weeks. Hang on. What is the schedule we have? Yeah, so after this is the last like P5 collaboration, right? To complete the laboratory arc with the appearance of Akechi. And then it's gonna be a month out before Anj makes a return. I didn't even make the connection that Nagao is the family name of Chizuko. Chizuko's family name. So now the question is, who the heck is Shoji Ikenami? So we still gotta meet. I like the main story. Like the main story is fantastic. I know that the P5 stuff. I think the P5 stuff will definitely hit a lot more when we get to P5R. That's not until the end of the year. I do want to at least try to play the P3P before the P3 collab comes out, because I still need to refresh my memory of P3 and P3 FES, which I still have the copies on the shelf. The story is fantastic. And it starts to make you wonder, like, they already set up the character a while ago. Like, that was kind of the whole idea. What a treat. The stuff that I shared about I'm trying to be discreet, obviously, but this stuff happens on a daily basis, in my opinion. Luckily, it's not as I understand that's not as dramatic. However, it's also very subtle. The damage, the erosion of one's mental health is nearly invisible. It might be even invisible to the person themselves over time. The thing about the seriousness about this is video games tend to be written in a way that it is the breaking point. The breaking point is when you witness these like ex machina and like vigilantism and whatnot. But when you think about reality and in IRL, it happens very slowly. It sometimes happens in a manner that erodes the person themselves and not be able to realize that. And also, those who believe that their comments and stuff online is inconsequential, oftentimes, if that person is doing it, they have nothing to lose anymore. Or they're in a position that there is a lot to lose. Rarely is something in the middle. And honestly, sometimes if you choose to be malicious online and you end up becoming a public figure at some point, those things it's not very surprising that person would then become the victim of what they reaped, right? As much as I'm not a prescriber to the idea of karma, like where someone's misdeed begets misdeeds. I think when misdeeds lead to misdeeds and then vengeance and like retribution and whatnot is a common exception. It justifies spreading and continuing the cycle of ill will. So in this case, you suspend your disbelief and make the video game part. You can imagine like if this game didn't deal with like mementos and stuff, just imagine you playing the character trying to communicate and talk the solution out, right? Demonstrate to the person in a way that facilitates with human communication and compassion. But this is also a Persona game. So instead of doing that, you can just imagine tackling the person at the source of their ill will. However, these are short stories. So the palace, like in the main story, the palace sequences do just that. They try to create the semblance of it's not black and white where people are inherently malicious or not. RGG does the same thing, but occasionally they have games that the person is straight up is a sociopathic person, and those people often I found a bit jarring, and there was one in like the Judgment series. In Persona, I feel like it does somewhat happen as well, but I do like that they're making an attempt to despite it being incredibly I don't want to say shallow, but quick, right? Vignettes. So one that I'm all too familiar with nowadays, especially when I'm the older person now. Like Chizuko is like in her 60s, but it doesn't get any less common for the older person. So someone who's like 30 into their 40s, you see it a lot, especially when you're rushing towards it. And for me, I like to walk towards it because I don't think that's a way to live. Kind of hit a really interesting note, and I'm definitely looking forward to a month from now to see what they write for the, I guess it would be technically the 5th ATLUS. Technically, I suppose. So 4.5, like it's a 5th palace, right? And Wonderful. All right, so that's a wrap for today. And I guess I'll do like record a short one for a trumpeter, but I don't really think I'm gonna expect to deviate away from plan. And that's about it. I would be very floored if something else was added in another week. Persona, the way P5X happens, there's always a 2-week gestation period idling problem. So this would be the 2-week period, this particular one. And then we would get Akechi, which it's kind of, they were shuffling things around, so now it's kind of like there is somewhat of a downtime before the main story, so it's interesting how they're shuffling. What else can we say? We got semi-lucky, sort of, not really. Basically, we got somewhat an early guarantee, so the worst case scenario, the average scenario would have been losing the 50-50 and being down 50 more draws, which would have wrecked everything. So right now we're still kind of in a slightly decent position to get Anj and then Makoto Yuki. Then depending on those two polls, I would probably skip Yukari and possibly even Akihiko, or get Akihiko and skip Puppets, something like that, because it's just not possible with how they do these things. And personally, I'm again not the biggest fan. I enjoy playing with those characters, but the idea of polling chances, like, I'm pretty selfish about this. I would totally give up people who have good luck. So if you're someone that's among the people who are good luck, if I had good luck, I'd be far more willing to give it up to not have bad luck. And those who have bad luck then wouldn't have bad luck and then pay a fair price for this. I really am not the biggest fan of how these things work. So that's my personal opinion, and I want to iterate that each time I'm like pulling for something. I really like the game. I like the premise. I enjoy the banners and the stuff on a bi-weekly basis. It's fantastic, and I would pay a flat rate for all the characters. Like, and that means that I don't pay more because I'm unlucky, and I don't pay less because I'm lucky. Both ways. Right? That is the true compromise. They ask for a fair price. That means that I consistently do not get bad luck and consistently do not get good luck. There's not really much envy to go around. I don't particularly think that when people get lucky, it works to them in a long run. Because in my opinion, personally, gambling begets gambling. And gambling is a habit that is a privilege of people who are able to do it. And my gamble is not on this. I prefer to gamble on the developers. So if you're saying I should gamble on gacha in order to support the developers, I'm not about that. I would prefer to simply gamble on them. Like, what I mean is invest in them. So, and obviously I'm still having my fingers crossed Persona 6 occurs sometime in my lifetime from P Stadio, right? At some point. So I guess I'll see people shortly in another week, and then look forward to playing the Akechi thing. It will probably be like 2 or 3 days after the update for Akechi, because they have a time gate. They typically have a time gate on the conclusions of the laboratory arc. So it will be like less than a week to cover Trumpeter very quickly. And then we will then cover the Astrolab 13 13 willpower run, and then probably do the Akechi thing, or the other way around. It'll be separate times. Until then, it's been a really long day. So to those who will watch this later, arigatou gozaimasu, right? As always, feel free to follow along. Pick up Phantom X for yourself. Obviously, my favorite part about this game is it doesn't stop you from doing the 99.5% of all the other things outside of the banners, right? If you think that having the banner is most of the game, probably not for you. And wait for a Persona sequence, you know, like a numerical series. Until then, right, gotcha responsibly. Thank you, and I'll see you guys next time. 皆さんまたね。見てくれてありがとう. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Bye bye.